The relationship between Turkey and Russia has always been complex, characterized by a mix of cooperation and competition. In 2025, this delicate balance continues to define the political and strategic dynamics between the two nations. Both countries collaborate on multiple fronts, including trade, energy, and regional diplomacy, while simultaneously competing over strategic interests such as the Ukraine conflict, Black Sea security, and Middle East influence. Understanding this intricate relationship requires an examination of the latest developments, historical context, and the broader geopolitical environment. Turkey and Russia approach their bilateral relations with a dual strategy. On one hand, they engage in cooperative projects such as energy trade, defense procurement, and economic collaboration. On the other hand, strategic competition emerges in areas where national interests diverge, including Ukraine, regional security, and military alliances. This cooperate and compete model shapes Turkey's approach, allowing it to maintain ties with Russia while also balancing its commitments as a NATO member. In recent months, Turkey has asserted a strict stance on Black Sea security, emphasizing the protection of its sovereignty and territorial integrity. Turkish air defenses recently shot down a drone that entered the country's airspace, sending a clear warning to both Russia and Ukraine about the importance of maintaining security in the region. Furthermore, Turkish authorities discovered a Russian reconnaissance drone, which was investigated for violations of national airspace. These incidents highlight Turkey's determination to enforce its territorial sovereignty in the Black Sea. It demonstrates that Ankara will not tolerate unauthorized incursions, regardless of whether they involve Russia or Ukraine. Turkey has maintained a delicate diplomatic line regarding the Ukraine-Russia conflict. While Ankara acknowledges Russia's invasion as a violation of Ukraine's sovereignty, it has avoided taking direct military action against Russia. A key example of Turkey's diplomatic balancing is its role in hosting peace talks between Russia and Ukraine in Istanbul. Ankara has facilitated direct negotiations, although Kremlin proposals for a multi-leader summit involving global figures were reportedly rejected. This demonstrates Turkey's ambition to act as a mediator while carefully navigating Moscow's cautious stance. Additionally, Turkey has leveraged the Montreux Convention to regulate naval access in the Black Sea, using its strategic position to balance the interests of both Russia and Ukraine. This sophisticated diplomatic maneuver reflects Ankara's dual objective: uphold regional security while pursuing a neutral yet influential role in the conflict. Despite tensions, economic cooperation between Turkey and Russia remains significant. Trade volumes between the two nations have increased steadily in 2025, reflecting ongoing economic interdependence. President Erdogan has publicly emphasized that economic relations continue to expand, including in areas such as defense production. However, Turkey is actively diversifying its energy sources to reduce dependency on Russia. This strategic pivot is partly motivated by pressure from Western partners, particularly the United States and Europe, encouraging Turkey to decrease reliance on Russian energy imports. The result is a nuanced scenario. While economic and energy cooperation continues, Turkey prioritizes strategic autonomy and freedom of action in the region. Defense relations between Turkey and Russia have been a particularly sensitive area. Turkey's acquisition of the Russian S-400 missile system caused a rift with the United States, leading to Turkey's removal from the F-35 fighter jet program. In 2025, Turkey has reportedly requested that Russia retrieve the S-400 system to enable resumption of its defense cooperation with the U.S., including potential access to the F-35 program. This development underscores Ankara's dual strategy: maintain pragmatic defense ties with Russia while seeking to restore strategic alignment with NATO partners. The S-400 issue symbolizes a broader diplomatic balancing act, illustrating Turkey's ability to engage both East and West simultaneously, without fully committing to either side at the expense of the other. Turkey's approach to Russia cannot be viewed in isolation. It must be understood in the broader context of global geopolitics. Ankara has recently engaged in high-profile diplomatic initiatives with the United States, including President Erdogan's White House visit to discuss strategic issues. Western pressure has encouraged Turkey to reconsider certain military and energy engagements with Russia, reinforcing the importance of